everybody. This is AJay the CEO with another Q&A with AJay, episode 12. Thank y'all for joining me. I actually started a little bit early because we had some action going on here in the chat. So I wanted to respond to y'all. Just give me a second. I want to verify sound first. Hello, everybody. All right, good. Sound's working fine. Let's go over here to the chat real quick and let's say hello to some folks. Let's see who we got. Hello, Jamie. Hello. Kellen, legit doctorate, what's going on? David, hello. Percussionist one, hello. Mike, what's going on? Reverend Judith, hello. Regina, hello. Art Longton, hello. Free Union Baptist, what's up? Enoch, hello. How's everybody doing? I hope y'all are having a great day. Excuse me, I'm not shaven and not cleaned up. My clipper is actually broke. So once this is over, I am heading to Target to get some fresh clippers so I can get all this and get my dad horseshoe going. I hope y'all are having a great day. Hey Gary, how you doing? Monte, hello. We get to the questions real quick. What I want to do is give a quick shout out First off, if y'all have not joined the Facebook For Me Media group, the Modern Media Ministry Made Easy group, man, some hotness is over there. And I want to give a shout out to the Greater Faith Church of Deliverance. Very rarely normally that group, we don't do live streaming in there because it gets cluttered. But we sometimes have a thread so where people can post what they're doing, what their church is doing to get inspiration from everybody. And I have to admit, Pastor Mark Carter, they dropped some hotness on here. So I'm gonna cut over to this real quick and just show y'all. I'm stealing some of this. So this is their stream here. And let me get my audio straight so you can hear it. We're gonna cut over to Black Magic. Let's give that some audio here. And I want y'all to just see how this is. I love how they did this. And I'm gonna be stealing this pretty soon. So I got it started. I don't know.
And that is, you can follow us on YouTube.
They got the countdown with kind of like a group introducing as like a talk show before their live stream starts. I mean, I think that is so awesome. Instead of it being just like a timer, just sitting there playing music, I really love this idea. Lady Unique, hello. Otis, what's going on?
As you all are joining
in,
make sure you let us know who you
so
are.
Mark
We
Carter,
want to
thank you
acknowledge
so
you
much.
this morning.
It's awesome stuff like this, great inspiration like this.
Right before we get started, we're going to have a special announcement from our health
media group on
department,
Facebook, which is completely free. For anybody to join, we just ask you to not live stream in a group unless we have a specific thread like this to show. But we got a lot of people to just show this. My audio is mismatched. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Oh, sorry, it was echoing. And I see what's going on. Hold on. I need to turn off the Black Magic so I can hear it here for a second. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Oh, sorry, it was echoing. I don't, if it's still that I'm not. Yeah, so anyway, sorry about that if the audio issue, but let's go ahead and I need to turn my fan on because I got all these lights blasting on me. Let me turn the fan on real quick and then we'll be able to get started here. And I'm gonna go back to the first question that we got here. Why is my fan not turning on? There you go. All right, so let's go back to the chat and I'm gonna scroll up and let's see what our first question was. Please let me know in the comments if that fan is too loud. I don't think it is. First off, Sam, you're welcome. So we got people from all over the place. It looks like we got a heavy representation in Texas. So first one we have is percussionist number 1 says, hey AJ, quick question. Do you have some kind of external video switcher to operate multiple cameras at once? If so, can you give me any suggestions? The video switcher, again, I talk about the A10 Mini, the A10 Mini Pro. There's also the Roland VHD1. Now, if you're talking about controlling the cameras, I think the A10 Mini is the only external one that can, but the cameras that it can control are more like the Pocket Cinema cameras. So to my knowledge, there is no video switcher that can control the cameras. You can switch between the cameras, but you can't control it. Let's see what else we got going on here. Cameron Lamont, how do you make your animated lower thirds? How I do that is I have a package that I purchased from videohive.net, and I've talked about them significantly here. And because we're at the first of the month, I really recommend y'all go ahead and get that. So if we cut over here, and let me cut on this. All right, so here is videohive.net. This is where I get my stuff from. It is done. It is a package, a broadcast package that's used and created and modified through After Effects. I really recommend you sign up for them because at the end of the first of the month, they give out free stuff. So this is the free stuff for July. So right now there's an inspiration After Effects titles and stuff like that. That's normally $29, but they've given that away for free. They have static photos or some watermelon, I guess, if you want that. There's some music, cinematic rock trailer, okay. Music, there's some code for a website. There's some other graphics that you can use with Photoshop. There's an HTML template for a website for a personal resume. And they have 3D Ocean, some 3D effects and stuff like that. Highly recommend that. But let me see if I can show y'all exactly what I use. Hopefully I'm not giving away too much information here. So this is actually the most recent package that I use for my graphics. And you'll see they make a collection of these items. Some of these I use, some of them I don't. So you'll see it here in a little bit. I don't know why the dude's looking so mad there. I've used that one before for our patrons. Again, this one I haven't. Honestly, I was going to get this from my church, but I really liked it so much that I ended up using it. So this is the reason I was thinking about my church have events for our announcements to show break off times, dates, and stuff like that. You should see it here in a little bit. I haven't used that one. So that's where I do the follow us that you see this on this screen. There's how I do my lower third right there. So that's how I do that stuff. That is, again, videohive.net. You can get plenty of those things there, which are really cool. And Cameron, hopefully that answered your question. You can sign up for After Effects for a 30-day trial. And then you can buy this, or maybe they have one that's free. You can download it and you can make all the stuff that you need within your trial. And that's what I did until I decided to buy it. All right, so let's go back over here. And I don't know why I do this because y'all can't see what message I'm actually looking at. But Kellen White, hey AJ, my question is, how would you go about setting up a church lighting rig? Budget is like $3,000 to $5,000. I'm not too familiar with the subject. Do you know or have any resource? Answer when ready. Well, Kellen, I have to say, like I said to somebody else, this is my kryptonite. I am not familiar with lighting at all. And honestly, we need lighting at my church, but we are just not at that point yet. I do have a point of contact that I'm trying to get featured on one of these shows or on a video that he knows more about lighting than me. When I find that out, I will let you know. But unfortunately, I do not know that much about lighting because I currently have not done anything outside of like the lighting that I have here for my stuff or other churches that were still in live stream on a pre-recording, and they just, honestly, they got some LED lights from Lowe's, and that's what they used. So, sorry, can't help you with that one yet. Monte, audio question for A10 Mini Pro. Using the audio inputs, how are you eliminating the buzz external noises? I had somebody just send me that question. If you're getting a buzz, it's most likely that your ATEM is set to mic instead of a line. So if mine will connect here, I can show you mine. And for whatever reason, mine is not connecting. Give me 1 second to plug this in so I can get a connection, so I can let y'all see the software. Because like right now, I am using my Rode Wireless Go right now. So if we cut over here, most likely what you have going on in here, if we go to the little gear that I'm blocking, we're gonna go to audio and general. So right now, mic number 1 is this one. I have it set to mic. The other one, if I'm coming from my mixer, I have it set to line. If you have it at mic, it's most likely because it's too hot and you're hearing everything that's coming over. Try and adjust it to line and see if that fixes your issue. That's the only reason, that's the only time I've noticed hearing digital noise over the line is because it's set to mic when I'm coming from a mixer or something like that. All right, let's go to our next one here. Brandon Miller, hey AJ, how much physical memory do you recommend for stream that's using mixer like Reaper with a decent amount of plugins? Brandon Miller, give me some more information. I'm not familiar with that. Are you talking about memory on your physical computer? Because honestly, streaming does not eat up that much memory, but honestly, in a computer right now, your computer, your basic computer, shouldn't have anything less than 16 gigs of memory, because Windows by itself needs at least 8 gigs just for the operating system. So I always double that so you have a bigger buffer. Now for Mac, I can't address that one yet. And let me put a pause on your question for a second, Brandon. And I don't know if y'all saw my post on the community. What I am doing is, because I've had so many people ask me questions about Mac and I just couldn't answer them because I don't have one, I honestly was looking at buying a Mac. I really was. But when I went to the store, the online store that is, to go buy one, and I go here to the Mac store and I was looking at a MacBook Pro. So if I come in here, and I'm talking about the same specs that I was just talking about. If we go to our technical specs, first off, if we go down here, first, this quad core at 1.4 gigahertz is entirely too slow. 2 gigahertz at a quad core is still too slow. So now we're looking at, we have to look at the 16-inch. And let's look at the specs of this one. So we're starting at $2,400. First off, that's a downer for me right there. But we're looking at still a 2.66 core Intel i7. Okay, that's not bad. Still think it's slow. But then when I start looking at its graphics and things like that, I mean that could work, but I'm not liking that price, not at all. So what I did, and I hope I don't show too much in here. So what I'm doing is I'm building myself a Ryzen TOS system. This is a well-known community to where you can build a, using PC parts, put it together, and then build a Hackintosh to where it runs the Mac stuff on top of PC hardware. So what I'm building out, this is my Fractal Design blue case, which I think is really cool. It's a mini ITX. I am running an Asus X570 micro ATX that has Thunderbolt in it, which is cool. A 512 gigabyte hard drive, 16 gigs of memory, power, and a GTX 1650 or a 1050. It depends on which one works with it. This will give me more power than what this is at a fourth of the price. So that's what I'm going to be building pretty soon, so that I have a Mac-esque system to where I can do stuff off of that. And I'm getting an error from my bit rate. Looks like Comcast is acting up. So Brandon, I know that was a different subject, but I really don't know. That's what I'm thinking. But again, you want at least 16 gigs of memory on there. Now let's go back to our chat here. Jamie Cynthia, how you made your graphics on Worship Extreme? If yes, please show a little one. Now, what type of graphics are you talking about? Because again, like when I did the Bible trivia stuff, that was done as in a full After Effects type of package, similar that I got off of Video Hive. Actually, any other graphics, I really don't use graphics in Worship Extreme. I use Worship Extreme to play full screen graphics that were made just like with a template in After Effects, like I was showing before. Raul, hello. Let's see. Trying to catch up to questions here. Is my video, let me know folks, is the video and audio still out of sync? Gary Callum, question about camera selection. Distance from the pulpit to back of the church is 65 feet. Woo! Will a Sony NX5 work? It has a 20x zoom. That should work. And I didn't have to chat up. That should work. If you could, see if you can get something with a 30x zoom, to be quite honest. All right, Otis in Legit Doctorate said there's no delay. Okay. Sam, they also do have a ICF Zurich on all of their services. Okay. Streets of Destiny, hello. It was just the audio from the video you were playing. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was the delay of going through my computer. It was probably picking up me hearing it twice. Now, Sling Studio or A10 Mini, pros and cons. I'm kind of hard to talk about that because I haven't personally used the Sling Studio. Me personally, the A10 Mini Pro, I'm just a fan of Blackmagic. The one thing I am aware of, I don't like the Sling Studio just because I'm old-fashioned. I like everything to be hardwired. I don't trust wireless stuff a lot, especially when it comes to stuff. I've had too many experiences where the wireless stuff goes. Now, if you can completely control the wireless traffic wherever you are, Sling Studio will probably be fine. Me personally, I'm just partial to the ATEM because I've been using it for so long. Artisan Art, hi host, hello. Tried joining the For Me Facebook group a couple of weeks ago. I haven't heard anything yet. Art Longton, the way it works is you will automatically be added when you answer all three of the questions that join the group. You're asked, is your church currently live streaming? Are you a part of the media ministry? And do you agree to the rules of the group? If you answer all three of those, you are automatically added. So just go back and just make sure you've answered all three questions. Most of the time people don't answer that last one. Do you agree by the rules? Which mainly talks about posting inappropriate stuff like live streams, watch parties, and things like that. Free Union Baptist, I have internet question. Can you help with that? Sure. Free Union Baptist, ask your question. Sam, OBS Advanced Switcher lets you do all sorts when it comes to cycling between cameras. iSpy lets you do all sorts. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I haven't worked with that too. Yeah, Enoch, I think everyone was saying it was that video that I was playing that was causing the problem. Otis, how many Rode wireless goes can you use without frequency interference? The website says you can use 8 in the same environment before they start conflicting. Lady Unique, answer away. I missed your question. How do you import Bibles into Worship Extreme? Kellen, sure. Let's go over that one. Let me open up Worship Extreme and bring that over here. But the first thing what you want to do is, boom, let's bring this over. And first, you need to, I like Worship Extreme because it allows you to import any Bible that you want as long as it's in the right format. So you are looking for a Bible in XML format. So ph4.org has a bunch of these, but there's other ones that you can get. It is in XML format. So let's see if I can find one. Well, I don't want it in Russian. So World Bible, I know that's already there. New Revised Standard. I don't think that's here. So let's go ahead and download this one. And you can't see it because I'm blocking it, but I will open it when you see. And again, you're just looking for Bible XML format. All right, so if we open this, you see we have our file here. So I'm gonna extract this to my desktop. Hopefully y'all were able to see that. Small file, not really big. All right, so now let's bring up Worship Extreme over here. We're gonna go to settings, the gear, then settings. And we're gonna look at Bibles. And we're gonna import a Bible. Import. We're gonna have our file here. It was on the desktop. It was this file, Bible English, NRSV, which I'm gonna do is rename this to just that, NRSV. And that's it. And there's our Bible now. So if we come over here to Scripture, there's our new Bible that we selected, that we just imported. James 1. Search for that. And there we go. That's how you would import a Bible into Worship Extreme. Yeah, you could buy them, but I like the fact that they give you the option to import them. As long as you find them, they are free for you to do. All righty, Kellen, hopefully that answered your question. Sam, have you thought of setting up a Hackintosh? Hey, we just talked about that. I actually am. Trying to decide between the wired wireless Go and Comica Boom XD2 because I have 2 transmitters and 1 receiver for the latter. I honestly, if you already got that, I would go for for the second option if you already got it. I'm all about using what you got. Reverend Judith, will you share that complete Hack-A-Mac or whatever you called it? Does Black Magic work well with either Mac or PC? Honestly, it will work with either one. And yes, I will actually do a video when I actually build it, that system. Half of the parts, most of the parts are going to be here today. The processor I'm actually pulling from my ASRock A300. So I already have that. That's a Ryzen 2400G. I'm going to pull that out, put that inside this system. I'm mainly just waiting for the motherboard, which isn't going to be here until Wednesday of next week, unfortunately. But yes, I will walk through the whole process. Now, again, you can't sell those because that's illegal. This is more of a DIY project. So y'all can always copy. Jamie Victory, best camera? I kind of need some more context to that. Jamie Cynthia, my computer has a graphics card that doesn't support encoding in OBS. So could you suggest a graphics card that supports encoding? Sure, Jamie. The easiest thing for getting a graphics card that it supports encoding is if you're looking through the NVIDIA line of cards, you need something that is at least a GTX card or higher, because they have like the GT 1030s that doesn't support it. The X is the one that gives you supporting for encoding. So for AMD, I think almost all of them do, but honestly the easiest thing is to get the 56 series and higher. So RX 560, or actually let me take that back, because the RX 5500 XT supports it. I'm gonna say any of the most recent ones, the RX 550 and higher, because actually that's what I use at my church, so I know that that does it. So RX 550 and higher can support that type of encoding. And honestly, the RX 550 you can get from Best Buy for like $110. So that will work for you. All right, Kellen is saying the FCC 600 megahertz band details. I'm a bit confused about this. Honestly, I am too. I have another guy who actually tunes our audio system at our church. He's the one that kind of sent that information to us. Honestly, I haven't had the time to even look through what we got. We only have 2 wireless mics and then my pastor's headset. So right after this, I actually need to go and check that out. For those who don't know, the FCC has said that anything that's running 600 megahertz, you can't use anymore. You got to upgrade to it. So we will look into that. And I'm getting streaming messages here for some odd reason. Kellen, the Sennheiser EW100, honestly, I'll be honest with you, like when it comes to mics and sound and stuff like that, I'm really just delving into that. So any specific brands and stuff like that, I really haven't used. So sorry, I can't help you with that, at least not right now. Born Great, let's go back here, is saying, hey AJ, how do I show lyrics as an upper third on the LED video wall on top of regular motion graphics using either Easy Worship or Pro Presenter or Video Song? Honestly, that will work the exact same way as anything else. So I'm gonna use Worship Extreme just for right now to give you an example of that. So why is my picture missing? Oh, because I'm in the wrong thing. That would be rough. All right, so like in here, all of these work the exact same way. So if I go here to templates here, you have to make a template for where the words are being displayed. So in this template, it's a lower third. So if I come in here and let's go back to templates, and I want to make, I thought it would let me make a duplicate of it. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's create new. And here, why did it make 2 of them? I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, for the margins, what we want to do is push this. Oh, it won't do negative. Need to push that up into that area to where you want to display it. That's one way you can do it. For whatever reason, unless I'm doing it wrong, Worship Extreme won't let me push it that high up. Formatting. Oh, there we go. So you'll want to put something right here, and then we will call this our upper third, something like that. And then now if we do songs or something like that, so let's do a cue list real quick. And that's 3-20-20. And we want to add a new song. I do no background because we want it to be transparent. And let's do He is Lord. And I want to use the upper third. See, obviously this is way too long. I would need to format this to be more appropriate. But if we did something, and let me move this off screen so y'all can see it. And so it would be something like this. That would go in the top. And I don't have it set up to do graphics over top of it. But with the ATEM or with OBS, you could broadcast this and do whatever, erase all the black and have it. You would need to do a whole lot more formatting so that it doesn't show up like this. But I mean, that's how you would do it in different programs as well. And we're back. And chat. All right, so Jarvis, what's going on? I'm adding a second camera to the live broadcast for this Sunday using the ATEM Mini Pro and a Paralinx Triton 1x1. What kind of delay have you experienced using wireless HDMI devices? Sorry, this is kind of going back to something earlier. I don't really use wireless adapters, me personally, and I haven't physically used any. So I'm sorry, I can't really help with that. In my type of setup, I just know at my church, I wouldn't try it. Just because I just know the interference with everybody's devices and everything like that, I just wouldn't trust it. The only thing I have learned to trust, and this might change, is with the wireless go. That may change, but I might try something. So as of right now, I can't really say anything about that because I don't use it. Otis is asking, what type of antenna did you use with the Thor broadcasting stuff? So let me show you. Let me go to my orders here and I'll just cut directly to what I got. I've ordered a whole bunch of stuff recently, so, well, actually over this past year, so. Give me a second. Did I pass it already? I think I did. Oh, there it goes. All right, so for the people who wanted to know what type of antenna that I used, it was this one. This is what I have set up in the attic at our church. That's bringing HD connected to the Thor broadcasting that gets TV channels over the air throughout the entire church. So that is it. Very nice, and it was only $55. Alrighty, Lady Unique. I have the OBS bundle set up on my system. However, when I went to use it, nothing shows up on a live view. Can you tell me what issue may it been? Did you change in the OBS bundle? Did you change the video capture device to the capture device that you currently have? Because I can't set that in the bundle. It's just wide open. You have to point it to your equivalent capture device. Now, when you're talking about what else could be blank, you have to make sure that everything is pointing to your services. That was made. So if I open up this real quick, and yep, and it's going on to infinity. Let's open up our scene over here. And what we want to do is make sure we are doing the media ministry when it comes with our bundle. And I think we made some modifications to this one, but this one will still work. So like for this, if nothing is showing up, you have to come in here and make sure for each item it's pointing to the path where the file is. So from here, this is pointing to the bundle I extracted on the C drive. You can put it wherever you want to, but you need to go into each individual item and point it to wherever you point it to. And then also here for our capture device here, we need to come in here and point it to our given capture device. So like right now, a webcam was connected, but it's red because it's not connected to the computer anymore. So if I come in here and do it to the ATEM, now you'll get an image. You would need to do something like that. So hopefully that answers your question. And if it doesn't, send me an email, Lady Unique, and we can get you straight. So Simeon, can I match the Ryzen 7 3700X with the GTX 1660X for vMix? 3 times 1080p Facebook. Yes, that will work. Yes, that will work. And sorry, y'all probably couldn't see that. Yeah, that will work well. Klinsman A, hey AJ, thanks for the work you're doing. We use the ATEM Mini Pro. Well, first off, thank you. We use the ATEM Mini Pro in our church and everything seems perfect. The challenge we're experiencing is how to display our program in the sanctuary. You know what, I did a video about this, but then I found out that when I did it, that the sound wasn't on. And this is, and I'm gonna finish, I have it recorded. Actually, excuse me, I need to re-record it because the sound was off. So similarly, let me open back up OBS so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. So again, when you're running this, the ATEM Mini, like right now, what y'all are seeing is the ATEM Mini's HDMI out that I have going to my capture card on my streaming computer. But if I hit multi-view, you're gonna see everything on my multi-view. That the multi-view only works on the HDMI out as of right now. I don't know if Blackmagic's going to change that. So how do you get the multi-view, but you still want to do the program out? How I would do that is come over here, is just have a simple computer, not something super taxing, not something super off the wall or anything like that. I would just have another computer running OBS connected over USB. You can have the main output from that computer, a laptop, whatever, plugged directly into a splitter, into your projector, into your TVs, do whatever. You just need to have this up. And I think I have something really simple here. Yeah, so something as simple as just this. I just have just a capture device, and I don't need that. I don't need that. So it would just be just the capture device, bring it in the USB feed, connect this computer to your display output, whatever it is, and then just come in here, and then I think this is the right one. Full screen. Of course, it's doing like this crazy because it's mimicking itself. That's what I would do. I would just come in, run OBS on whatever type of computer. Like I said, it doesn't have to be super fast, and then open this up, capture the USB out, and then just do a full screen in OBS, and that takes up the full screen. That's how I would do it, because then you can have the full screen show, the multi-view show on your local, but then you can still broadcast everybody else. So hopefully that makes sense. And I did do a video of that, but I think the audio was messed up, so I'm gonna have to record it again. But that's really simple. That's how I would do that. Enoch, I've come across the message from YouTube when we do a live stream, kindly change the stream bit rate to some value, but OBS shows green in both. Any ideas? Yes, because that's the same message I was telling you that I was getting just now. YouTube expects a certain type of bit rate. So even if it's fine for OBS, YouTube wants a specific speed. And I'm trying to find exactly what speed it says it wants. I don't really recall where it is. But yeah, that's mainly just because YouTube wants something faster, or what YouTube is expecting is dropped. That's what that really is. And I have to find where it is. So like right now, mine says my current bit rate. Oh, wait a minute, here it is. YouTube recommends a bit rate of 4,500 kilobits per second. If you have anything lower than that, that's when you're gonna start getting a rating. It doesn't stop you, it's just that that's what YouTube recommends. So hopefully that answers your question there. Sam, lighting for cameras. You get dimmable LED panels on eBay about 5x7 for about 50 quid. Whatever you do, don't look into them. Understood. Otis, we had to move the Shuri QLDX because a lot of interference from digital TV on our 500 megahertz range. Okay. Streets of Destiny, IP webcam using phone. In OBS, media source uses a link. Window capture from phone. Browser seems to be a challenge to control using the soundboard for sound into OBS. Okay. Ideas and suggestions as a source of video. That was a lot for me to process. I need to probably talk to you offline for that, so I can just get my head wrapped around that. That's just me. Maybe I need to eat something. Sorry about that. Cameron Lamont, what church software do you use? What church software do you mean? Are you talking about administrative? Are you talking about presentation? Need a little bit more details on that. Reggie Cardwell, hi AJ, I have the ATEM Mini, a Canon XA15 camera, OBS with an Asus laptop. Should I get external mic for the camera for better sound? Also getting 2 PTZ cameras for the sanctuary. Any suggestion for the camera? For the cameras for the PTZ, I always go with Aida imaging. I really like those. I've installed quite a few of those. And I would really like for Aida Imaging to become a brand sponsor. I think that would be cool as much as I endorse their products. And they actually look like they have stuff on sale here. Aida imaging through the 15th, 10% off. That's cool. But what I like is they only go up to 20x, but I really like these cameras for PTZ. Very, very nice quality. This is Gen 2. I was using Gen 1, so I'm really looking forward to a church that wants me to install one of these so I can get my hands on it. I would buy one, but I think that would be kind of overkill to replace my camcorder right now with a PTZ that's going to be sitting 2 feet away from me. But I really like that. If I was to do it again, I would get these to go for my church instead of the DIY type of setup that we did at the time, because honestly these now cost less than what we had to put together, because when we put our system together, the cheapest PTZ you could find was $4,000. These are around like $1,200, so I really like those. And honestly, Reggie Caldwell, that whole setup, I wouldn't even get an external mic. I would pull your sound from your soundboard, especially with all those sources. If you don't have that, then a shotgun mic or honestly a mixer with a mic on whoever's predominantly talking, preacher, minister, pastor, whoever, and then maybe a shotgun to pick up everybody else would be a good suggestion. I kind of need some more details on your setup before I can really recommend something for you. Jamie, could you suggest a green screen on Amazon? Yes, the Elgato green screen. That's what I'm using behind me. Let me see. Now they have 2 of them. They have a mountable one and they have a stationary one. I have a stationary one that sits on the floor. And for whatever reason, their links are not showing up that great. And then there's a whole bunch of people that have carbon copies of the same thing that Elgato did. So it's kind of hard for me to, and people are just changing the name to make it look close to what it is, but it's the Elgato one. And it looks like they don't have it here on I can't see it on Amazon. But give me a second, and here you go. This is, and of course it's green screened out my screen because I have a green screen on right now. Let me turn that filter off. That's funny. Where are we at? So if I turn that filter off, yeah, so this is the green screen that I use. Really like them, and it's portable. I take this around with me and it's out of stock. And they say now maybe the Amazon link will give me something. Yeah, so they're currently unavailable too. But I will put a link in the description here for you. And then whenever it's back in stock, you could use that. And just to let you know, that is an affiliate link. We get credit for that, and that helps with the channel. It doesn't cost you anything additional. So Jamie, hopefully that works, because you can see that's what I'm using, and I just turned it back on. All right, Sam, Android phone to OBS wire or wireless connected. Look at IV cam. Okay, I will look at that. Great morning. All right, good. Y'all are answering questions back and forth. That's awesome. Caleb, what's going on? Is it possible to do a transition between pre-recorded video and live video in OBS? Yeah, that's what I did at the very beginning. My countdown is pre-recorded and I cut over to here. So if I cut over and do this. See, that was a recorded video that I just cut over, and I can change that to anything, and that's live in there. All right. Darnell, it looks like your message got cut off. It said you wanted to get your, and then it just cuts off. So send that again, please. Smith, how to make animated overlay for vMix? Any ideas? The animated part, no, and VMix I haven't played around with. I'm gonna have to do that later. I can't really answer that right now. Okay. Darnell, my bad. Wanting to get your thoughts on the Canon EOS RP for live streaming. Are you familiar with it? No, I'm not familiar with that camera specifically, but the one thing I would say for anybody who is considering using a DSLR for your camera is they're great. You just got to be mindful, do they shut off? You're limited to how long the battery lasts unless you have some type of dummy battery adapter to where you can hook it up and have the camera being permanently charged and you won't run out with a battery. But besides that, they work great. Honestly, I started doing live streaming with my DSLR Nikon D5300 and I moved to a camcorder. So it doesn't really matter. But it should give you good results as long as you can, it doesn't shut off and the battery will last long enough for you to do what you need to do. Born Great, last question. Our A10 production studio 4K doesn't show video, only audio from a new laptop with HDMI. Any ideas? I think the production studio 4K is similar to the older ones where it has to have a matching resolution. I don't remember if that one has a scaler in there. You could be having an issue with your hertz on that, which kind of represents your frames per second. I know at my church, mine is set to 59.97. On the computers, I have to set them at actually 60 hertz, and it shows up. If you're setting it at 1080i or something like that, you might want to just play with that. That's what I've had to do with mine. See, Smith, Simeon, you're asking me a bunch of questions that I haven't gotten into yet. So he's asking about cinematic color. I don't do LUTs. I don't do color adjustment on live stream and stuff like that. So that's some other stuff I'm gonna have to revisit because I personally don't use that. Sam is saying PTZ camera we use a Chinese CCTV PTZ IP camera with 35x optical zoom with no sound. Okay, that's cool. Alicia Evans, who is blowing me up in communication. So I'm supposed to be helping her out pretty soon. So now, Alicia, I got you. I see you have a recommended drone for $1,000. Since I don't have experience with a drone, should I invest that much? You know what? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna show y'all something. This is my drone here. This is the Mavic 2 Zoom. This is my second drone that I have. And honestly, the first drone I had was the Phantom 3, which was the standard edition, which was like $700. And it crashed after the third time of me flying it because I guess the question is, do you invest in it? It's going to be an investment. Honestly, the smaller ones, let me take that back. Honestly, I would look at getting the Mavic Air 2. That one's around like $700. Because I like the DJI ones just because you really have to be going out of your way to crash that one. Now, this was the earlier one that I had, the Phantom 3, that didn't have all the sensors and all this other stuff. These newer ones have sensors from all around it, so you can't fly into anything unless you go out of your way to do it. I think that would probably be a better investment. Now, I'm using these. I don't have the Air. Mine is the step above that one. And I've been flying for maybe 4 years. So I ultimately ended up going to that. So for a starter one, I would suggest that. And I mean, it's up to you. So if I cut over here, so this is the Mavic Air 2. This is one I think would be that, or even the Mavic Mini. It still gives you great performance, great video, and all this other stuff like that. It's not always the size that matters with these cameras because I mean, they're great. So like the Mavic Air 2, you're starting at around like 800. The Mini, you're at around like 400. Honestly, if you really wanted to start with that one. And that could save you a bunch if you're concerned about there being an investment with that, a big investment with that. Yes, Sam, green screen. My brother-in-law honestly got a green sheet and just has good lighting. He's used that and just hangs that from his wall, and that works as well too. Kenneth Vincent, AJ, do you know why the A10 Mini Pro does not send audio to Pro Presenter via USB-C? Yeah, I need to, let me see. I got Pro Presenter on this computer. Give me a second. Because I know Pro Presenter has a, or did I uninstall it? I think I uninstalled on this computer. Yeah, I did. I need to install Pro Presenter back on this system so I can do that. But Pro Presenter now allows you to do live streaming through the program, which I've been meaning to test out, and I just haven't had a chance to. So let me go ahead and download this, and let's see what we can do with that. Because he's saying that audio doesn't show up. And kind of like with OBS, you have to point the, you have to do a custom audio under the video source so that you can actually get sound in. So let's see, I am installing Pro Presenter right now. Hopefully it'll pick up everything that we already had. Let's see, I'm gonna come back to you, Kenneth. Yeah, Otis, thank you, sir. DeVille Burton, hey, do you did a post from an install you did, I believe it was a couple of days ago. My question is, that church had an XR12. How do you feel about the X Air? Oh, come on, Pro Presenter, you took over my screen. How do you feel about the X Air 12? How do you feel about the X Air 12 16 in a church setup? Honestly, it all depends. Most of the time, the churches I've used that for, they were either smaller or their music minister was handling the sound as well too, and they needed it to where they can handle it over an iPad or something like that. I mean, that works perfectly fine. I don't really have any issues with it. It all depends on growth. Do you need it to, are you doing this meaning that you're not gonna ever use anything more than 18 channels, 16, 12? I mean, that's your choice. Sam was like, what do you use the drone for? Honestly, I use the drone, and I think kind of Alicia's going to be talking about the same thing. I use my drone for B-roll footage. I use that for when we're doing announcements. I do that when we have outdoor events to just get a different aspect of stuff like that. I really use a lot of it mainly for B-roll footage, for fly rounds. Actually, I'm going to be taking my drone out to do a video of a welcome back type of video for our church, talking about all the things we have in place because of COVID-19 and everything here in the state. And, you know, that's what I'm going to use that for, to kind of do an infomercial and stuff like that. And it just opens up to a lot of things as well. All right, so now that I have Pro Presenter open, get out of here. All right, and yes, it did save over everything, and my friend Angie is probably going to kill me because her stuff is showing up on here. So let's cut over here real quick. And, oh, hit the wrong button. There we go. All right, so here they have this live stream stuff, and we want to do our capture settings. So our source, destination, not going to do that. Save to. Now, let's see. I haven't played around with this, so we're figuring this out at the same time. All right, so we're gonna connect it to our Black Magic, and so I'll just say D, and I might have to come back to you on this one. My phone is blowing up right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back to you on that one and play around with that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back to that one. So Vince, Ken, sorry about that. I will get back to you on that one. Faith UMC. I interfaced my church mixer to my computer's microphone port, but the sound isn't crisp. I borrowed a digital USB sound card, which sounds great. Can the internal port be made to work? Yeah, it can. You need to change the settings inside of it. Kind of like what we were talking about earlier with the A10 Mini. If you're plugging in a mixer into the mic is too sensitive. Either try and plug it into the line in, or you got to go to the properties of the sound of the jack. So if I open this up here, control panel. All right, so from right here, let me minimize all this so y'all can see. And I'm on Windows. So if we cut over here, what we need to do is come in here to our recording, and like right now, here's the mic that's being picked up right now from the ATEM. But if you're coming into the mic in, which I have nothing plugged into it right now, you need to come in here, and maybe I need to plug something in so I can actually see the adjustments on here. Give me a second. All right, so let's close this and let's open it back up again. See, what you need to do is you need to come in here and play with your levels. See, right now the mic is maxed out at 100. That's going to be too much. You might want to play around with these settings to get you the sound that you need. But I think it's just like we were talking about before. The mic is too hot that you have it plugged in. That's why you're probably having issues with that. But it will work, because I've used it the exact same way on my system. Before I was using the A10 Mini, that's how I always plugged it in. What do you use? Oh, wait a minute. I missed that one. Jamie, could you give your email ID so that I can communicate on my doubts? On your doubts? What do you have doubts about? But if y'all want to contact me, my email is questions@ajayhomes.com. AJayholmes, and I will put that in the comments as well. And I need to put a graphic up so I can hit a button on OBS and it'll pull up that here. Probably make that into a video and add it on here. So there's my email there. Okay, y'all want to say, a couple of y'all saying you want to see the results of the drone stuff. I mean, I got plenty of those. If you look on, give me a second. Let me pull up my church's page on how I was using it. I was using it as B-roll footage. So let me see. I'm looking for my last newsroom. That's not right. Why are these out of order? Sort by newest added. Okay, that should be better. And give me a second. Why is it still doing my newsrooms out of order like that? I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on one second. I'm trying to bring that up. And all right, we're on church, and I am looking for the newsroom video announcements. I don't know why my stuff is out of order here. Trying to find something so y'all can see. All right, so here we go. So if we cut over here, this is how I did some of my stuff. So this is me after church. Well, actually, two of them. Our intro covers that. So here's our church announcements. So Alicia, you were asking how I use the drone. This is how we do it. So I have aerials right there that I'm using for flying over. This is after service. A while ago, I get footage like this for our announcements, different stuff. You can do all types of things with it. Now this is cutting over just the static footage. That's me getting a strike for our men's conference. Look at that boy right there. I mean, it's all B-roll footage. Here's our me flying over for our school. This is other B-roll footage from our stuff. Other footage of me flying over to church. I use it for our announcements all over the place. And it gives a different aspect that people like to see, because most people have never seen our church from the air. The first time I did it, and I'm sorry, my green screen was messing up. It was taking out all that green. I didn't realize that till I just looked at it. But that's how we use it. Yeah, Streets of Destiny is correct. If you were, hold on, wait a minute. So Alicia, hopefully you saw that. Rick Green, what are you using to insert your camera image without a background? Obviously, you don't have a green screen behind our. You don't have a green screen. Actually, yes, I do have a green screen behind my chair, because if I turn the filter off, that is the same screen I was just talking about. The Elgato green screen is what I have behind me, and I'll leave it on here. Let's see. Otis was saying they've run 75% line in on audio. Okay. And this is, I think, going to be the last question here, because we're going to be shutting this down here in a little bit. Is Free Union Baptist, good day, AJ. Our church installed HughesNet satellite dish almost a month ago and recently found out that it does not work for live streaming to Facebook on because it's a satellite. Yeah, satellite is good for download but not upload. Honestly, y'all, for all of y'all that are looking at it, y'all might want to check out Starlink. They're doing signups for that, which I think is that is the site where they're doing global ISP that you can sign up for. And their SpaceX is putting satellites that will give internet to the entire world. That may be an option for you coming in the future. But I think that is, unfortunately, that's kind of how it is. Because again, most of the people, when they talk about your internet, they only talk about your download speed, which means nothing when it comes to live stream. You need at least 25 up, and even here, when I got internet installed here, the fastest I can do is 25 up, which stinks. I can do 1,000 download. That doesn't mean nothing when right now, if I tried to live stream my PlayStation right now while I'm doing this, it would kill both the streams because it's not enough to handle the live stream. But anyway, I think that's about it. I have this now on a schedule now, so the plan is to have this every Friday unless something comes up between 12 and 1. But like I said, my email is out there, questions@ajhomes.com. Send them there, and I will get back to you as soon as I can, or feature you on questions on the show that's on every Friday. Again, this week was kind of hectic. I was out of town for 3 days doing an install, which I got to go back and do because I got a ton of gear that I have to still install, and I got like maybe 15 more boxes of equipment that's coming today through today until Wednesday, because I'm going to be finishing up the install at 5th Street Baptist Church in Lynchburg. Then I have First Baptist Church of South Lynchburg. We're going to be installing stuff there. And then I have another church, I forgot the name of it, but Church of God in Christ in Lynchburg, hometown, doing that. And then I have about 3 other churches here in the surrounding area that I'm working on. So last week was very, very busy. I was pretty much only here Monday and then here today. I was out of town. So all that awesome stuff is coming up. And let me see. It was one other person was saying something. Ashbury United Methodist Church. What do you think about the Mevo camera? It's great if you want to stay inside of the live stream Vimeo aspect, but the Mevo can't connect to anything else like OBS or nothing like that. So I think it's a good starter camera, but if you want to develop and go into more stuff, the Mevo is kind of limited with that. But again, it works great from a starter place. So I think that's about it. Otis, thank you. Sam, thanks. Thank y'all, everybody. So we'll be seeing y'all next Friday. We got a bunch of other videos, and for the people on the For Me Media group, I've been hearing you. I haven't ignored you. Hopefully this afternoon we're going to be starting our first DaVinci Resolve 101 beginners course. We're going to be doing videos with that. I actually recorded that, and then that was a part of the video that all the audio got messed up. So we're going to be doing that again, and we're going to be going through the basics of using DaVinci Resolve from editing from a very beginner standpoint to get you up to speed. So look out for that. Facebook group gets that first, then we're going to be posting that on YouTube. Thank y'all so much, everybody. Thank you for my patrons, which I don't have an image to be able to show that, but if you like what we're doing here, please consider supporting us on Patreon. You can do that for as little as $1 a month. It helps grow this channel as well as us get other equipment. That honestly, that helped me do this Ryzentage, so I can build this, so I can help with the people who are using more Mac-centric stuff, and it just helps for us to train and get more equipment to train more media ministries all over the world. So consider that. Link is in the description, or it's just patreon.com/AJaytheCEO. I hope y'all have a great day, and if no one has ever told you, you are very important. I appreciate everything that you're doing at your media ministry, because you are the gateway that's helping take God's message to the entire world. I appreciate you. Hope y'all have a great day. Love you. Thank you so much, and we'll be seeing you later.